Hey everyone, Timola here from ForexReviews.info and welcome to this week's edition of the weekly Forex Algorithm Review. I hope you're all well and that you had a great trading week last week. Okay, the first pair I'd like to hold this week in the review is GBPUSD and I'm on the daily chart. On GBPUSD this week, what I'd like to highlight is two important areas. The first area I'd like to highlight is the same zone that I hold in the previous review of this market, which is the 130.56 zone area, which is this previous low area, looking left. This is an area on this market that if price action tests this area this week, so if price action pulls back that little bit further to the upside and tests the 130.56 zone area, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bearish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to this previous high as a potential management point area to the downside, or potentially a move all the way down to the 126.68 zone area to the downside. Now the other zone I'd like to mention on GBPUSD this week is the 126.68 zone area, and in this case this is an area to the downside that if price action retests this area this week, and as you can see it tested this area back here, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this recent high, looking left as a potential management point area to the upside, or all the way up to the 130.56 zone area to the upside. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pillar to highlight is AUSD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart. Last week in price action, AUSD pulled back and tested the 73.34 zone area. This was a potential bearish evidence area that I hold in the previous review of this market. And as you can see, when price action came into the zone, the bears took control, giving a nice move to the downside from this important area. And unfortunately, the market didn't give a really big move to the downside all the way down to that previous low, or all the way down to the 71.75 zone area before the bulls took control, pushing price back up to retest this important area once again. What I'd like to highlight is that the 73.34 zone area is once again an area on this market this week where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if the right side of bearish evidence forms in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to this previous low as a potential management point area to the downside, or this low as another management point area to the downside, or potentially looking for a move all the way down to the 71.75 zone area to the downside. So overall on AUSD, holding that where price action is retesting, just starting to retest now, and that is the 73.34 zone area, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area and a potential move to the downside from this important zone. Cool, that's that market. Okay, next pair I'd like to cover is NZDUSD, and I'm on the 4-hour chart on this market. And NZDUSD is quite similar to AUSD. This market is retesting a potential bearish evidence area on this market, which is the 66.94 zone area. This was an area that I highlighted as a potential pullback area on this market in the previous review of this market. And as you can see, when price action came into the zone, the bears took control, giving a short-term move to the downside. Unfortunately, not a larger move all the way down to at least that previous low, looking left, before the bulls took control, pushing price back up to retest this important area once again. What I'd like to highlight is that in this area, this week, that this is once again an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see that right bearish evidence in this area, like I go over in the Forex training on the website, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to this recent low as a potential management point area to the downside, or potentially a move all the way down to the 65.69 zone area to the downside, which is this previous major low, looking left back here. So overall on this market, holding that the 66.94 zone area is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish events and a potential move to the downside from this important area. Okay, well that's that market. The next pair I'd like to cover in this week's review is AUD New Zealand, and I'm on the daily chart. At the moment, this market is testing the 109.36 zone area. This is this previous high area looking left, and also a great area in the trend to look for potential continuation to the upside. At the moment, this market is in an uptrend. What I'd like to hold in this market this week is that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bullish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bullish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous high as a potential management point area to the upside, or potentially looking for a move all the way up to this previous major high looking left. So overall on AUD New Zealand, holding that where price action is testing right now, which is the 109.36 zone area, that this is an area on this market where I'm looking for bullish evidence and a potential move to the upside from this important zone. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pair to highlight is Euro Yen, and I'm on the daily chart. On this market this week, we'd like to highlight is the 129.41 zone area. This is a great long-term target area to the upside for all those people holding a buy position on this market from the 125.47 zone area. And it's also an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bearish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way down to this previous low area, looking left as a potential management point area to the downside, or potentially a move all the way down to the 125.47 zone area to the downside. So overall on this market, holding the 129.41 zone area as a great long-term target area to the upside for all those people holding a buy position from the 125.47 zone area, and also holding the 129.41 zone area as an area on this market where we're looking for bearish evidence and a potential move to the downside from this important area. Okay, well that's that market. Okay, next pair to cover is GBP Yen, and I'm on the daily chart. On GBP Yen, what I'd like to highlight is the 144 zone area as an area that if price action tests this area this week, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bearish evidence in this area, like I go over in the Forex training on the website, then potentially looking for a move all the way down, all the way back down to the 140 zone area to the downside. So overall on GBP Yen, holding the 144 zone area as an area to the upside, that if price action tests this area this week, that this is an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence and a potential move to the downside from this important area. And if we look left at the 144 zone area, you can see it's an area that acted as really strong support, looking left back here and back here in the recent past. Okay, well that's that market. The next pair I'd like to cover is CAD Yen, and I'm on the daily chart. The zone I'd like to mention on this market is the 85.62 zone area, which is an area that has acted as strong resistance multiple times in the past, such as back here, back here, back here, and back here. This is a great target area to the upside for all those people holding a buy position on this market from the 84.29 zone area. And it's also an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence in this area. And if I see a right bearish evidence in this area, then potentially looking for a move all the way back down to the 84.29 zone area to the downside. So overall on CAD Yen, holding the 85.62 zone area as a great target area to the upside for all those people holding a buy position on this market from the recent test of the 84.29 zone area, and also holding the 85.62 zone area as an area on this market where I'm just looking for bearish evidence and a potential move to the downside from this important area. Okay, well that's it for me for this week's edition of the review. Thanks for watching everyone. If you appreciate this video today, please do not forget to click that like button to show your support. Every like is appreciated and it's a great way of showing your support for the website and channel. If you have a comment or question, comment below this video Also, if you haven't checked out the Forex training on the website, such as the Engulfing Trader, the 5-day training series, or the Counseling training series just yet, where you can find out all about this Forex training by clicking on the links below this video. Okay, well, I hope you all have a great trading week and happy trading.